Good evening and welcome to the Philippine Vision Group podcast. My name is Balal from the Big Chair, and in this podcast we will talk about the Big Five, and home base Israel, the automatic finalists of this year's Eurovision Song Contest. With me is,
Ian from the Philippines.
and of course, for those who don't know, the when it comes to Eurovision Song Contest, there are automatic finalists. There are the Big Five: France, Germany, Spain, United Kingdom, and Italy, and of course the host country, practically last year's winner. In this case, it's Israel. They automatically go straight to the final, no questions asked. And there's only six of them, so we're gonna start with those guys.
Okay, so here are the mechanics of our jury. So we have done a poll last week, starting Monday, uh, from our the Eurovision group or TPEG. We collected at least 40 um, comments and polls from our jury.
Yeah.
And then we have our main Philippine jury, which will comprise a maximum of five jurors. Today, Leonard and I will be your jurors, and we will have also three proxy jurors that will have their comments sent to us as soon as possible.
Yes. Well, sadly, it's only the two of us in this group chat, but in this in this podcast, but that did not stop us from talking about songs. Okay. All right, let's
So,
start with songs.
okay, so we'll start in alphabetical order. So we'll
That would
start
be
first with France and Bilay
France.
with I am gonna butcher this
Hua.
wa.
It's always
It's always hard to pronounce.
French.
This
French
one,
or
this is French. Let me just
French.
check. This is written by the singer Hassan Bilay Hassani, and it's also composed by last year's contestant for France, Madame Michoud and Madeline. So, Jaynard, what do you think about France?
Is this a full interview now or what? No,
Kind.
here- well, I mean, there's only two of us. No, for me, well, based from the data, it seems like it will be a terrible favor. That's for sure. Now, I joked about how this would lead to another 12th place for France, and from the looks of it, that might be the case because because if the international jury kind of put him at what like fifth, and the televote pretty much brought him up to success to being the representative. This might also be the case in the Eurovision final, but we aren't too sure yet.
Well, I am in the opposite side of this song. I think it is coasting on the LGBT kind of um, sector of the world or Europe. I don't think this has a chance in hell to go get top 10. It might get a middle placing, but I don't think it's gonna get either top 10 or even a good televote. Um, the thing about this song that I think might might not work because it is relying heavily on the narrative of um,
Coming.
Bilay being gay and coming out. But it has already been done in Eurovision a lot of times.
Pretty much the reason why it's being seen as this kind of gay show. And also, I've kind of watched the final. I don't how they put this. Even if we disregard whatever's in the song, if he's gonna perform like what he did on basically on those on the lives, he's screwed.
Yeah.
But
It. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
basically, if but basically, if the if Destination Vision isn't, it would be indicative of anything, it would be the only his only saving grace at this point would only be the televote, and at this point we're not too sure.
Yeah. My worry about this is it might not, it might be last. It might get the unfortunate last place. But there is another one of the big five that might get unfortunate last place. We'll talk about it that later. I
Mm-hmm.
also have to comment about the wig that he's wearing because that was a
Mm-hmm.
choice, and I don't think that is a great wig. It looks like Momager wig, Party City basic wig. So I don't know why I went there. Any more?
Actually, to be fair, before they pointed out, I thought the singer was pretty much a lady with a deep voice, but no, it's a man in a wig.
Yeah.
Okay, next song.
Points.
Yeah, so I'm gonna base this on what I commented in the chat. I gave this 6 points.
6 points. And I will give this 4 points. So
4 points.
our jury number three, Ludo, gave it 5 points. Cat, no, not Cat. This is Viz, gave it 5 points, and Cat gave it 7 points.
Okay.
And our jury and our public, Philippine public, gave it 6.74 with a total of 11.82.
Actually,
So
actually, it's writing that out. So
next,
okay, next song
next
that
we
would be
have Germany.
Germany.
Yes, Germany had their national final with their, again, the same national final that got them a top 10
Unseremie für
points.
Israel.
Yep. Um, so the winner of that national final is S exclamation point Esters with their song Sisters. So two lovely ladies, uh, what's this?
Laura
Comprised of
Chestel and
sister Laura Chestel and Carlotta Truman. Song was written by,
Laura Barker, Marin Kaltenbacher, Tom Erler, Thomas Stenga.
okay.
I'm looking at the wiki.
So what do you think about S exclamation point Esters?
It's the pretty much the only one among the finalists that is not only a group but is a female group. But disregarding that, I really it's pretty much a good song. They are pretty much gonna go along the same vein as Michael Schulte in last year, um, there, but but while Germany pretty much was let's just say that maybe, just maybe, they're gonna rise up from their horrible streak in the last time. I mean, because 2018 they went from second last to fourth. I think they're trying to get too much try to ride that wave at this point because they, you know, because these guys had never stopped trying for over what 65 times. So I don't think they're gonna stop anytime soon. But one thing's for sure: if they don't have a lazy Susan on the final, I'll be sorely disappointed. This might do well. That's all I can say.
Where should I get this? Look, the only thing that's memorable with this song is the Lazy Susan. Um, I don't know. There was much hype with last year's song, but this year, I don't think this is a great song for Germany. They have fallen again on their horse with this. I would I would expect they'll do a different staging if they can't get the Lazy Susan to Tel Aviv. My problem with this song is one, they're not sisters. They're not even sisters. Two, I don't know why. The progression is neither childish nor contemporary, but it just grinds me in a different way. I don't know why.
Okay. Alrighty.
But if they don't have the Lazy Susan, they can do it back to back, like Karamiya.
That man. If they do that, who's gonna be the winner by then? Us with the memes. Okay.
Points.
Well,
So
let's um, where the hell did I? Well, I gave it a 7.
7. Um,
Yes.
I am giving this 4. I'm sorry. Ludo gave it a 7. Viz gave it a 4. And Kat gave it a 5. The public gave it a 7.41. That is the second lowest score for this group. And the total is 10.11. So to clarify the computation, it is 50% jury votes and 50% public votes.
Wait. So,
So if
so this
you're
is
doing the math, it's the average of the five jurors plus the public vote.
complicated. Okay. Next song.
Next, we have Israel.
Okay. Kobe Marimi with
Israel,
home.
our host country,
Home base.
home base. The winner, like last year, Israel did their national selection with Haboka Haba,
Rising star.
and the winner of that artist selection is Kobi Marami
Kobe
and
Marimi. Marimi.
Marami.
Mar- Wait. No.
Marimi.
Let me check. Yeah, it's
Marimi.
Marimi. It's kada yon. Yep, it is. Yeah, Kobe Marimi. Yep. I can't read
And
Hebrew well, but there's a yon.
he had an internal selection of the song, and his song is called Home. Songwriter Ajad Shardia and Irba Wartzman.
Inbar Weitzman.
Yeah, so I am going to start with this song.
Sure.
I am going to expect that this is the last place of the
Oh,
Eurovision 2019 final.
oh,
Just because,
okay.
just because, if you remember Austria 2015 and also Portugal last
Portugal.
year, they were all last place. And I am expecting that since Israel does not have a good track record for the past 10 years, it might not have a great track record again. And I am
Um,
expecting them to be last. That is just my theory for this. In terms of the song, it's a ballad, and there are a lot of ballads right now in the competition. So I don't know if this will win it.
well, let's all be honest. One of the thing is, if you're the host country, one of the few things you don't want to do is win again. But anyway, but it's kind of interesting how we went in 2018 with some with this pop little thing with Neta, and then next year they would send out literally what a tenor. It's pretty much it kind of shows you the kind of change that takes place for the sake of the Eurovision. But I don't know. For me, it's probably along those lines that they might do well. It's probably just me, or just because probably just gonna be it's gonna have this guy just going oh. I mean, he is a tenor, but uh, I'm not banking on them to win. I don't think they would want to go host this thing again. Even
Mm,
but but basically it's this. But I'm not banking on this to be last place. Not that big. Not. I mean, I'm aware that there's already a pattern for host countries doing. relatively badly come when they're on along this kind of two system since I mean they kind of do bad since what 2013 20
Yeah.
something but I'm not knocking off the possibility that this might be a contender though whether but whether the fact they're practically smack dab in the middle for being song number 14 might help their chances or not but otherwise this song is a contender.
I don't know. Because I think they aimed for the middle, and if you aim for the middle, you're always gonna get a worse result, just as the United Kingdom with from the last years that they have joined the
I mean,
competition.
I just my opinion. Well, let's just put those opinions come UK next song.
Okay, so points
I give this 7.
7. I'm gonna give it a
7.
3. I'm so sorry, Jaynard, Janard. Ludo gave it a 3 also. This gave it a 3. Cat gave it a 4. And the total is, and the public gave it 4.51. So the total score is 8.51.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Okay, next song.
next song. So Italy with their Sanremo Festival, the week-long song competition with a lot of extras around it. Our
Mhm.
winner for that, our unexpected winner, much like what
Mahmood.
happens in the national final today, is Mahmood, and with his song Soldi, which means money.
Uh,
Clap, clap. This song was written by, yes.
Written by Charlie Charles, Dario Faini, Alessan, and by Mahmood himself.
Okay, thank you. Um, so what do you think about Soldi?
Well, can us first put the very basic one is this. The pros of this song is one, Italy. The con is that I don't think there's gonna be much of a con, but it's only gonna be like it. So I was chatting with someone about this. Basically, the guy is Italian, and he said, it's a bit of an unusual one because it's practically sending rather Arabic song to Sanremo, but it's worth it because the song won. It's a very unusual vibe to it, and all I can say is basically it's Italy, but the song itself does not have that Italian song thing we expect with. So you know, so basically its advantage is always it's Italy, and so we're gonna expect, and as expected, it's a strong song. Next, I mean, yeah, your
Yeah,
turn.
let me, before you go, okay. So Italy, I think this is the best song they've ever sent since Occidentalis.
Occidental
It's
Spanish.
different. I know a lot of people want the typical Italian song like Grande Amore, but
It's
there are other genres in Italy. There's rap in Italy, there's jazz in Italy. So with this kind of song, it attracted the people who like Italian rap. And I like the composition of what Mahmood did with the song. And I also like the clapping thing that they did because it catches the audience. It has audience participation. It has better audience participation, I think, than Occidentalis Karma because it's just a simple clapping rather than doing
uh,
a really intricate dance move.
okay.
Um, yeah, well, the question is though, will it win? Because Italy has been trying to win Eurovision, and I think they might win with this song.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so points.
It's a 9.
So 9. I gave it also a 9. Ludo gave it a 9. This gave it a 9, and Kat gave it an 8. The public score is 8.59, and the total is 17.39, the highest right now. Okay,
Only two
two more
points.
songs left. We move on with Spain, and Spain had their sort of national selection.
It's the Eurovision Gala of Operation Triunfo, which is basically they kind of changed the format. They made Eurovision selection one night, pretty much a separate night, and it's pretty much
Miki,
pure televote thing.
yep. So the winner of that competition is
Miki Nunez,
Miki, Miki Nunez, and he has a song called Lavenda.
Venda.
Lavenda, written by Salas and produced by Oreo Paderos. So, what do you think about Lavenda?
Someone commented it sounds like a football song. And the thing is, Spain has we would love they haven't stopped trying. And this time around they're just gonna go you know they just went screw this, let's have some fun. And there you go. They sent out this really fun song. But I don't know someone I don't know. I was reading some comments and the revamp they had. I mean, it's not as powerful, but I guess it's just a consequence of not being able to put horns on the Eurovision stage. But yeah, it's a heck of a song. It's probably like like if come final, it's gonna be that sudden 3 minutes of party then back to the stuff. Then again, it's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a great party song. It's very risky, I think, for Spain because with regards to this kind of songs that Spain has always presented us, like "Do It for Your Lover," "Do It for Your Lover," and also which is that song?
And yeah, yep. No, it's
El
which
Chiqui
one?
Chiqui,
Hmm?
El Chiqui Chiqui, Spain 2008.
Well, Spain gave up then. I mean,
Yeah,
but
that's a low. That is their Electro Velvet.
and I mean, the only problem with Spain is that for some reason they're Spain. I mean, for some reason Spain is not seen as this as a heck of a song. Maybe because they speak the same language as us in Latin Americas, and there's probably a perception things to that. Otherwise, this. I mean, otherwise, when they send good songs, they send good songs. It's just that it's
I
just
don't
that
know.
hablan español.
I don't know if they send a good quality of songs like for the last 2 years. I don't know if it was a good selection of songs, but this song I think is a great addition to the Eurovision Song Contest right now because of the lack of, you know, bop songs this year.
Mm.
Okay, so points
10.
10.
I don't even have to check. It's 10. It's a 10.
I gave this a 10. I gave Ludo gave it an 8. This gave it a 9, and Kat gave it a 9. So the total,
Like the public.
the public score is 7.82, and the total is 16.82.
Okay. And
Okay,
the last
so
song for
the
the night.
last song is from the United Kingdom. United Kingdom did their one-off national selection, which is the Eurovision You Decide with Mel Gadroich and Mancia Malou.
Mom
And
Jeffrey.
Michael Rice won the selection. Michael Rice, who also won Altogether Now, with the song Bigger Than Us.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger Than Us is composed by John Ludwig.
Who's
We'll get
also
to
gonna
this
speak Australian.
later this week.
Yes.
Just and also composed by
You start out.
Rachel Barker, Anne Flocka-Fjordin, and Jonas Sander. So I am going to start here. I will have to say my bias that I am a United Kingdom stan. That is why this comment might be biased. I think this is a good song,
Okay.
and I think they're not gonna win. I know that, but they're also not gonna go bottom five. Like a lot of people are saying, it's gonna be 20 below.
You. Ah,
I can see this going mid-table. I can see it going to the same position as Lucy did last 2017. It's gonna get either 17 or 19. That's
okay.
my prediction for this.
Well,
Because even though the song is not great, I accept that it is not the greatest song in the world, and it is not the most original ones. It's very X Factory. Michael Rice sells this song live. And I think if they can do a great staging live, I think this song gets a jury and gets the televote to vote for it.
yeah. Well, well, it is one of those really. They just, the thing with the UK is that, if you've noticed, they care a lot about their song. And for, I haven't checked the rest, but with so far with what they sent, you just can see the progression of them actually giving it on. They're gonna go at it. They will. Well, for this one, it's pretty. It's how to do it. It's a powerful rendition, that's for sure. It's basically it's basically what you expect in what the kind of English songs you would probably hear on the radio. Now the thing is, of course, their only problem is that you know this is the United Kingdom. Yeah, like you said, they might not do as well as they want as want because they are having some sort of dry streak regarding that. But otherwise, this is another sign that the United Kingdom is trying once more in their pursuit for another Eurovision win after many many years. Okay.
Yeah. Well, they need to change it. They need to find a Christian Bjorkman, even though everyone hates Christian Bjorkman. They need to find a person that actually cares, and they need to revamp the national final. Or my suggestion would be to whoever wins all together now, the singing competition that they have on the BBC, um, they should have the winner be the representative for the Eurovision Song Contest. That is just my suggestion for it. And also, after the Eurovish, they should they should like give the artists tools so that they can like jumpstart their career. I would suggest like spots on TV or radio or even like um, appearances at festivals, sort of like that.
I
So
mean, to be fair, the advantage of the UK is that it's English.
yeah,
Basically, what if they're an anglophone country? That's you're already done with trying to be this artist type because English. But otherwise, I don't know much. That's one of the few issues with most of the Eurovision artists, right? What once it's done, what's next? What's gonna be the future of their careers? But that's actually a pretty general question if you ask me.
okay. So
Yeah.
points.
Oh, darn, it's 8.
Give it an 8. Wait,
Yeah, I did give it an 8. It's 8.
no.
Oito.
Let me check because I know you gave it a 4.
I said 8. I never gave anyone below less than a 5. Okay. I'm
Let
sure
me
someone
check.
else gave it a 4.
Oh yeah, you gave it an 8. Sorry, 8.
Also, anything
So
else?
you gave it an 8. I am giving it a 7. I'm giving UK to 7. Ludo gave it a 4. So I'm sorry. I think I mixed up your points.
Uh-huh.
This gave it a 7, and Kat gave it an 8. And the public
Okay.
gave it 6.79, and the total is 13.59. So the winner of this group, let's start from the bottom. So
The
sixth
lowest.
place, yes, the lowest. Sixth place is Israel. I think the last place first there has happened, followed by Germany, and then France. The UK gets middle table, and then our runner-up is Spain, and our winner is Soldi with Mahmood with
Italy.
Soldi. Italy with Soldi and Mahmood.
Yep.
Okay.
So, is it time for general notes? Here's wait. Will this thing? Will these points stay when we get to the part? When we get to what? Just going for May 8th for when it's like the final. Will those scores stay? And we would just go combine them for this
No,
one.
what will happen is we will review every song and we will have our top 41
For the
songs
one. Okay, then we'll
that will
just
be
adjust.
presented. Yeah.
Well, then we'll just
So,
adjust accordingly.
yeah. So the question is first, will Italy win? Player
Maybe,
version, maybe.
maybe. Here's the thing. These people are finalists, but as much as the kind of is a disadvantage that they're automatic finalists, I just realized that their position in the final
Yeah.
might actually matter with whatever the six songs they're placing in the final will probably matter depending on which 20 songs from the semifinals will be around it. Will they, which songs will they be fighting against in this case? Because because they just can't lay their they just can't simply lay their achievements. Just their automatic finals. They still have to expect that there's going to be 10 and then another 10, and there's a that we have seen that there's a good chance that that one of those 20 has a better chance of winning than the five. I mean, we're not expecting the host country. No one, no, I'm sure they won't want to be burdened with that. But all I'm saying is that basically if any one of these can win if they can stand out as the best song among all the rest that need to go to a semifinal, and even then against those that do go through. Right now, we cannot be too sure because as much as it is an advantage, it's not the end of the. It's not yet there. It's not yet surefire because of the many contexts, the many ways these points would shuffle around and change things. So the thing is, Italy can win, might win. It's probably the one that's pretty much set to win. Will it? Will it? We'll find out. The only time we can truly have a good assessment is by the end of the second semifinal.
Thank you everyone for joining again. Next
Thank you,
week
sir.
we will have our first semifinal review from the first half of the
Hopefully,
first semifinal.
hopefully there'll be more people next week. But
Okay, yeah.
from all of us here, it's me from the big chair, Jenna Balal, and
Ian from the Philippines.
thank you. Good night.
Bye bye.